you're okay with your potential daughter-in-law cheating on your son?
Yes, I am. If I really do believe that their connection and their relationship is more than that.
Okay.
If they've been together for years, for example.
What if, okay, so in this instance, right? So clearly, if the son is saying, "I want you to take a paternity test," it clearly matters to him that he is the father of the child, which is why he's willing to risk the relationship to ask it. Would you still have that same mindset, like, "Hey, you should still raise that kid even though it's not yours"?
Yes, I would still say that to my son because I would think that.
Okay.
He would also need a second look on that.
Not attacker. What makes you think that that's like the solution to the situation is to accept infidelity, accept raising a child, which is a big responsibility, by the way, that you're on the hook for financially, emotionally, etc. What makes you think that? Like, where does that mindset come from?
If my son, for example, has always dreamt of raising a kid with the perfect partner,
she ain't perfect.
That's subjective. That's subjective. To you, she's not perfect.
Let's let her fully speak and get her thought out. Please go ahead.
Come on.
Go.
And maybe the girl is really more to him, and maybe I see that the relationship is more than that, and he should take into consideration that maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to raise another man's child.
I think what she means is, sorry if I cut you off. I think what she means is she doesn't believe in like physical cheating, but she believes in emotional cheating. So if you're emotionally only connected to one person, but you're physically with others, I think that's what she's okay with.
Well, no, she just kind of covered that. She said
hold on. Does it matter to you if it's physical or emotional or no?
I mean, yes, it does. And relationships can be both monogamous and not. Okay. And I would also.
Do you care that it's emotional? Like,
in the case, I believe that the question just, assumed that the relationship between them was monogamous.
Yeah.
And in that case, also, I do feel like my son should really consider taking a paternity test. And staying with the woman. And I would give
regardless
him that
of
advice.
If the child's his or not.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: you said that emotional cheating is worse, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's go a step further. Wouldn't it be fair to say that for a woman to cheat on her man, she needs to be emotionally invested in the other individual to a significant degree?
Yes.
Okay. So wouldn't that be one of the highest forms of treachery and betrayal? When we know that for men it's just strictly physical, but for women they need a physical component and an emotional component, which kind of contradicts what you said.
How does it contradict what I said?
Because you're saying that, in one end, you're saying, yeah, emotional cheating is not acceptable. But what I'm arguing is that when women cheat, it must be emotional to a significant degree because women are emotional lovers more generally than men are. So for a woman, let me make it simple. The threshold for a woman to cheat, right, requires emotional investment. Versus for men, we don't need emotional investment. Oh, she hot, I'll do it. For women, they need cognitive stimulation. They need emotional stimulation. They need to feel a certain way. So that's why cheating for women has been generally unacceptable for, since the beginning of time. Because for women, it's harder for them to cheat than it is for men in general.
Maybe I just don't really agree with that. I see sex as separate to what emotions are to both genders. And I don't think it just applies to men.
But for women in general, emotions always tie into sex.
Not always. I'm a woman.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So do you just fuck anybody then?
I'm a female, and I don't feel like I need to have an emotional connection with a person.
But do you just fuck anybody, though, is my question.
I don't need an emotional connection for that.
That means you're popping pussy.
Oh, Jesus.
Why you have to put it like that? Don't try to devalue her as a woman though. Like if she wants to do that, that's not devaluing. It's like you can pop your pussy for your husband. Like that's just a slang term.
Well, let me ask this then. Okay, so you're okay with just having casual sex then? Okay. What about the rest of the women on the panel? Do you need some type of emotional investment before you have sex with a guy in general?
Yes, definitely.
Can we get a raise of hands just to show? Okay, so that's a majority of women. So you might be an outlier. You might not need it. But what I'm saying in general is that the reason why cheating for women is generally unacceptable is because it takes more of a threshold for a woman to have sex.
That's facts.
In general.
You should be married if you do that. I just
take it a step further.
Wait, for sex?
Yeah.
Well, I respect that. I'm so horny that I couldn't wait for till marriage, bro.
But there's different thresholds for different women. But I think the bottom line here is that women need an emotional connection in general to have sex. So since they need an emotional connection, for a woman to cheat on a man, is a higher form of treachery than for a man to cheat on a woman. Because for men, it's physical. For women in general, it's emotional and physical.
Well, we can tell from her prior answers about the question about her dating status. I mean, she's okay with not even seeing homeboy and being in love.
Wait, but Fresh.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. That's actually a good point. Thank you. Thank you, Fresh. You're in a relationship right now where there's no physical contact, but you're emotionally invested.
Ooh.
So
Like I've never been before.
But does that not prove my point that women need emotional stimulation to be aroused by an individual to some degree?
On
I
some
mean,
level.
even though
Gotcha,
you're
bitch.
saying on one end, right? Okay, I can just do it physical. Right now, you're in a non-physical situation and still highly interested in this male.
Yeah.
I am highly
That
interested in
speaks
this male.
volumes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's just the case that you described for a guy. Like I can love a guy, just emotional. It's just purely emotional.
But
I would marry
that's
him.
a female trait, is what I'm trying to say. Men don't love the way that you do. That's a
That's your
feminine
main chick.
characteristic.
That's your main chick that you love, you know, and your side chicks that you just kind of don't care about.
They would never be a main chick if I was just talking to them emotionally, over having conversation. Like the guy, I'll give you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The guy at Tunesia is probably fucking other girls. Okay,
he
let me
is.
just keep it a million with you.
Yeah.
He's probably having sex with other girls because men don't get the same fulfillment from emotional stimulation that women do. For you, you can go ahead and be sexless and be like, you know what, maybe I'll just finger myself to you or something like that, because the cognitive stimulation is enough for you. For women, for him, he's gonna still need some type of, he needs to bust his nut physically somehow. So since you're not there to fulfill that, he's probably getting it done either through porn or through other women.
I'm actually comfortable with that.
And that's fine, but you're missing
And
my
I know
point.
he would also be.
But you're missing my point.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
You're missing my point that you are
Yeah.
able to be fully fulfilled through just emotional stimulation while he needs physical stimulation.
Facts.
No, I don't see that actually. I see it as equal, both
No,
me and my partner.
You don't
and
see
with
that,
every person.
but he's back home decking off someplace, you
Or
know.
having sex with another girl.
Yeah, or that too.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Why you guys got to put all that negativity on her man?
wait,
Like,
and-
maybe
and-
he's really
yeah,
loyal
wait.
and he's holding it
earlier
down.
you said you didn't fuck a guy for a month, right? And
Yeah.
you're horny as fuck all the time. So which one was it? Like,
No, that was like a while back when I was a virgin.
okay, well,
Yeah, I was just
I
waiting
would-
for the one.
Beyond that, going back to the question, I feel like
merch.
I
okay.
think that because your son did not sign up to make that commitment, hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, because he's asking for the paternity
Yeah,
test.
I mean, it's a commitment. It is a big thing to have a kid. Yeah, maybe he wants a kid, but did he want a kid then? Were they trying for a kid? You don't know. You know what I mean? Like in that situation, if he's asking for a paternity test, you would hope that it would be because maybe he had some sort of strange feeling or things have been off. So regardless, he did not commit possibly to having that kid. And I feel like nobody should be put in that position.
And kind of like literally branching off of the conversation that we were having earlier of a high value man, a woman's common agreement of like a high value man is someone who like holds himself a certain way, acts a certain way. Like obviously there's like, you know, these standards for a high value man. So like my question to you is, what do you kind of consider your man to be high value? Because for me, this is not shaming you, keep in mind, this is kind of what I'm seeing is like, I feel like for
Merch.
you within your relationships, you don't value respect to be one of your standards. Because me personally, if a man thinks it's okay if we made an agreement, like, yeah, this is what we are, we're together, we're exclusive, this, that, and the third. If he thinks that it's cute to go and fuck other bitches because he wants to satisfy himself, that's disrespecting me. That's disrespecting my wishes. That's disrespecting me as a woman because I'm holding myself to a certain stance of I am not going to cheat. I'm not going to do this, that, and a third with other people. So I expect it from you. And I guess that's kind of like what you were saying, like, oh, if he goes and like has sex with other girls, that's fine if I, because I can go having sex with other guys. So is that kind of your way of saying like your relationship is basically like an open relationship?
No, you just have different moral standards for your partners, probably. If my partner would be talking to other people like he talks to me, he'd be on the
Is your guy
phone
Muslim?
call. No.
Is he Arab?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Do you think, and let's be honest here, do you think if you guys were in a relationship and you got pregnant by another man that he would stick around?
Yes.
I'll answer it for you. The answer is no. I'm from that part of the world. The answer is a profound no.
Haram!
He would absolutely leave you in an instant.
But you
because
also
everyone
have
in his
multiple
family would make
girls.
fun of him. everyone ridicule him, there'd be a shame on the family, he would absolutely leave you.
I believe that the relationship is really personal and intimate, and it's between two people and another. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You're from Holland. Holland's a very liberal country, very leftist, egalitarian, very equal. The part of the world that he's from isn't like that. So even if he might have some of these beliefs or whatever, the way he's raised, his cultural background, I mean, I'm from that part of the world. He's absolutely going to leave you because it's going to bring big shame to him and his last name.
Do that.
So, what was that?
I said maybe his mom wouldn't let him do that.
No, his mom wouldn't even let him do it.
Yeah, like
she would say, "What the hell are you doing, Hamada? Like, what are you doing?" Which
But I feel like
is in Arabic. But my thing, all I'm trying to say is that, and I've talked about this before, maybe controversial take. If a girl cheats on you, it's over. The relationship no longer exists because men don't ask for much from women.
Yeah.
Sexual exclusivity is the number one thing that men require in a relationship from most women. And then on top of that, to raise another man's child is unacceptable because not only are you on the hook financially and emotionally, the woman can leave you and take the kid and you have no rights to the kid.
Also,
I mean, a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Do you guys know why men hate hoes?
Why, Myron?
why do men hate hoes?
Why?
Because it's for this very situation. Not her. It's because
I mean,
a man's biggest fear. Well, you know what? Let me equate it so that the women really understand. What is your deepest, darkest fear? You.
I can't say it.
Okay. You know what? Let me go ahead.
Rumble.
Look at Rumble.
We can go anywhere.
All right. Go switch over to Rumble real quick, guys. We're going to go over to Rumble. I'll read the rest of the chats there.
Let's go to Rumble.
Because I'm going to give a functional equivalent.
You can
here.
say it now, though.
Yeah. Hold on. Go ahead. Come on over to Rumble, guys.
Come on over.
All right.
You can say it now.
So,
you good.
And I think I can speak for all the ladies at the table. Getting raped in an alley by a weirdo in a mask, maybe some horror
That's
movie type
exactly
shit.
what I was gonna say. Like, not even just me, but my nieces, like the young, girls in my family.
But I mean to you physically, to you, that probably would be that, right? In an alley by some weirdo in adjacent masks, whatever, right?
Fucking weirdos.
Fair enough. And I would argue that's most women's fear in general, some serial killer shit. Cool. Every man's deepest fear, that's the functional equivalent, is raising a kid that they find out later on isn't theirs.
Yep.
But what
just
if
like you? Hold on, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because women need to understand the same pain. Just like you don't want to get raped and killed in an alley by some dude in a fucking Jason mask on Friday the 13th at midnight, right? What?
No. Okay. Never mind.
Right? Just like you don't want that to happen to you, right? A man doesn't want to raise a kid that he thought was his and finds out that kid isn't his. That's our biggest fear.
That's just a dumb fear, honestly, because there's like bigger things in the world, like dying. You could die and you're worried about another bitch having a kid on you.
Hold on. All I'm doing is giving you a functional equivalent. Would I say that you're stupid for being scared of a man that's bigger?
I didn't call you dumb. I said that's dumb, not you're dumb.
No, but that's
no. But you're saying no. But what I'm saying is that what if I said that your fear of a man that's stronger, more powerful than you, etc., killing you, and you can't do anything about it? Would that be? I'd sound ludicrous if I said that, right? Because that's a very rational fear for you.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Okay, no, it's not an opinion. It's a general fact. When a guy holds you down and rapes you and kills you, you can't do anything because he's physically superior to you. When a woman, has a child and someone else inseminates her and then she makes me raise that kid and I'm on the hook to pay for that kid, I'm being raped because I can't do anything about it. Unlike you know the kid is yours. I don't know if the kid is mine. Do you understand?
I don't think that's the same equivalence, but maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
if that's your biggest fear, then sure.
No, that is most men's biggest fear. Because the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a functional equivalent because men and women are not equal. We view the world differently. We have different viewpoints. We have different experiences. What's scary to me might not be scary to you. You're scared of men attacking and killing you. We aren't necessarily scared of that to that degree because I'm capable of defending myself. However, I'm not capable of defending myself against a vindictive woman that might have sex with another individual, and now I'm on the hook for raising that kid, and I did not know.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
You know,
so hold on. Okay. I need you to exercise a little bit of critical thinking and understand that men and women are not the same. I'm giving you an analogy so you understand. I had to give you the female equivalent so you feel the pain, so I can give you the male equivalent because we have different viewpoints.
That's fine, but she could raise her son to be such a noble man that regardless if his wife or whatever did cheat and he wanted to take the responsibility of raising that kid, that is a high value man to
He
me.
had no choice. Remember,
You always have a choice. You always have a choice.
It's freedom to live a
were held
relationship.
down, and things happen to you.
You know what?
right?
No.
You always have a
Stop.
choice.
Noble, right?
Yeah.
Do you have high standards in men?
Yeah.
What kind of guy do you want?
I want a man that can teach me things.
Okay. You want a man that makes more money than you?
It doesn't matter. I would hope so.
Stronger than you?
Yeah.
You said teach you things, so more competent than you?
Yeah.
Okay. More status than you?
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
You in theater.
Either way, you want a guy that's better than you in most metrics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How about you be noble and go date the homeless guy downstairs?
I could.
Ooh.
That's not a problem.
But
I can build him up.
Hold on. But why don't you do it though?
What you want?
I don't have the time right now to do that.
Cool, and I don't have time to raise kids that aren't mine.
Hey.
That's a choice, exactly.
Come on, man.
It's a choice. But
Why
if
is
you
it
want to, it's
I'm
okay.
tired of this shit because women will sit there and shame you for having standards and certain parameters on female behavior, but you guys will never take that same stupid nobility that y'all talk about. A woman will say, be noble, raise a kid that's not yours, but you ain't dating no homeless guy.
And that's
She
why
ain't
men
helping
and
out-
women are
Hold on,
different, like you said.
You're not helping out these fucking weirdos that are schizophrenic, that are weirdos that need to get sex. You're not helping out these school shooters that don't get laid. You're not helping out these motherfuckers out here that literally are virgins at 30 years old. You're not being noble and giving them some female attention, but you expect me to sit there and give my provisioning, my security, and all my capabilities that I work my ass off to some bitch that wants to be a hoe? Where's your nobility?
So
I
you
feel like-
mentioned choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, what was the choice? You getting held down, things happening to you. You have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Her lying to me and not telling me the truth, I don't have a choice either because I can't walk away if I don't know the truth. So there's no choice there at all.
Let's put it in this perspective.
We never tell
right?
women to be noble and look the other side and get with a guy that's lesser than them. We never tell women to be noble and go ahead and get with a guy that's less attractive or makes less money. No, we tell women, you deserve the world. But if a guy comes in and says, I don't want to marry a fucking hoe and I busted my ass to get to this point to have the standard, no, be noble, man up, raise that kid that isn't yours.
Step up.
Wife up that whore. Take her seriously. Give her a wedding ring even though she made poor decisions in the past. No, fuck that shit.
That's
Just
right.
like you are not going to settle with a loser, I'm not going to settle with a hoe. And I think it's perfectly acceptable for men to have standards as well. But we demonize male standards and shame them and tell them to be noble and accept female fuckery. No,
So here's
absolutely
like
not.